smart reporting, right? I mean, the reports tab is like everything else you'd see, business overview, etc. But you have this kind of Fathom reporting, and it's really just an access point to open it into a new tab. So I have, in Fathom, if you've never seen it, we'll do like a 5-minute overview of this, then do a backup restore, and then we'll end it. But this is where I usually save this one to the end because I think it's one of the main reasons to come to advanced because of consolidated reporting if you have multiple companies, but also just working with KPIs and those types of alerts and dashboards. Fathom that's its thing. I would say it's shining light. It can do other things too. It has a custom report writer too, and you can have like up to 6 columns on a P&L or balance sheet. But for me, it's mostly about these KPIs. So I'm going to go back to the, we'll go through the list, right? So as long as you're logging in with the same email, your client, they have multiple companies, they would see all these advanced companies, or if they've connected Fathom to like a Plus or Essential sub, they'd see that too. Because this one is advanced. Everyone else is Plus, and there's a couple Essential ones. So, but because it's all linked to my email address, I have like a company dashboard, if you will, of reporting. And I'm just going to show you what the analysis, the settings are. So analysis is the KPIs, reports are reports, of which there's 3. There's you can add charts and graphs. I mean, you can build that, but the 3 main, P&L, balance sheet, statement of cash flow, right? Financial reports of that. But the settings is where you would go, and it's really a 6-step process you walk through when you're first connecting the company file. So I'm pulling in this date range. It's linked to this file that I have. I can even bring in a budget for that time period, or even in Excel, non-financials. The company profile has some different tax rates and things like that. Industry classification, which could help with benchmarking and stuff. Chart of accounts. You can choose how to classify them. Obviously, Fathom's going to already do that, but if you want billable expense income to go to a cost of sales, you could do that instead. So you can reclassify it if you will. Same with the balance sheet. If you want like tuition receivable to go to a different, like instead of current asset, you want non-current asset. Cash and equivalents, I don't know, you guys, stuff like that, right? You can reclassify it because it impacts the reporting. And then KPIs, again, this is its main backbone. You can create your own KPIs. These are the ones we give, or I say Fathom gives you, which is profitability, activity, liquidity, cash flow, and growth, and their level of importance. But this one, this average sales per customer, I created myself. And you can create KPIs, either non-financial, which would be that average days from customer or whatever it was. You can set watches for alerts, tracking KPIs, or a formula if you have it, or you can go into the KPI library and pick the ones you want. Everything from absenteeism all the way down to, downtime, job satisfaction. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here, right? Like sales KPIs, right? They just got a lot. And then you can create your own. So once you have the KPIs chosen, you set your targets for the KPIs. Select a period range, set targets. Mine's 2000, I should set that to 2020. Use variable targets, or you could use, same targets each month. I'm going to do variable. And then you can create your alerts, turn them on or off. Total revenue is less than, gross profit percent is less than, etc. And then view and analysis brings you to the actual KPIs, of which there are 8. And then there's reports. And I'm looking at all KPIs, but you could look at like all on track ones or off track compared to the target or last month or same month last year. And then a benchmark group or importance. This is how I'm doing. Now, I don't pretend to, if I'm looking at like the year of 2019 or maybe the year of 2020 so far, I have to bring in data from then. I have to go change the setting, but we won't do that, but still. If I'm looking from all 2019 and we're looking back together, or maybe it's just the quarter 4 of 19, you're going over with me? Well, you would help me with this. This one is a KPI Explorer. And again, these reports are very active. This is a profitability. And as I move it, right, see, revenue minus total cost equals operating profit. I'm going to go up more. That's what I have to have. This is a breakdown, total revenue by location. So this is one of the reports looking at class and location tracking. And then I have cash flow, growth, And a lot of these are lost on me, but you could tell me what EBIT is. EBIT versus revenue or something like that. Trend tracking, and of course you change the date range or the period to either month, quarter, or year in the upper right. When you show revenue, I could also show a target and a rolling average, or add other ones, add a different series, right? There's just so much that you guys can build. And once you save it, the analysis, then it's just me opening it up every time. You don't have to recreate it. Goal seek, and I'm looking at all of these options. Again, more in your wheelhouse than mine. If you have a client that's really compares one of the, like, I want to look at all 4 companies, right, for revenue. Z Clothing's really in trouble, right? Or I want to look at gross profit margin for all 4 companies. Again, Z Clothing is not even on the map. The poor thing. Then the rank also, looking at all 4 entities by category or by importance. And then finally is the financials, which would be P&L, balance sheet statement, and cash flow. And like I said, you can do some report writing. But I mean, I think it's like you're sitting down and you're going over with me, your QBO Advanced client, because I'm more mid-market or I'm leaning that way. I've gone beyond plus for all these things that we've looked at today. It could just be a 3-user person, but he needs like 300 chart of accounts, right? And he's not coming from desktop or whatever it is. It might be a nonprofit that needs more than 40 total closed class and locations, and they have 7 users all over the country. This would be great by location to go over with me what all this means, right? So more advisory services for you, and then your clients actually get more KPI indexing and metrics, as well as a little better reporting and report packages just kind of built in.